Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. New guitar day. Picked myself up a Godin session today over at Long and McQuaid in North Bay. Check the video description for the link for Long and McQuaid if you want to pick one of these babies up while they still have them, because these are now discontinued, the session series, and this was the only lefty in stock in North Bay, so I figured snag it. It's actually been hanging on the wall for a while. I figure it's been waiting for me. It's been calling my name. My theory in life, if it's meant to be mine, it's still going to be there when I'm ready for it, right? And that's the way it always seems to work. And if it's not there, well, it's not meant to come home. So anyways, this is a session light burst, they call it, HGMN, left-handed, and it does come with a really sick gig bag. First thing I did, of course, when I got home, Shaler strap locks, protect the investment. So, highly recommend these strap locks. If you really care about your guitar, get yourself some really good strap locks. And these Shalers, they work beautiful. I use them on all my electrics. I've never had a failure on the real ones or even the clone ones that I've purchased, which were about 6 times cheaper in price. But hey, you know, you got to try these things out and see. And never a failure on even the clones. But of course, there's nothing like the real thing either. So there you go. But anyway, so we've got a hard rock maple neck, maple fretboard. We've got some 18-to-1 tuners. And we know this very easily by just looking on the back. And it says Godin on all the tuners. It says 18-to-1 on each tuner. It's like, sweet. Roller bearing string trees already there. Of course, you do have a tremolo system. And from the factory, they've decked the bridge. So you can go down, but you can't pull up and go, wee, okay? 5-way switch, 1 volume, 1 tone, and on the tone, you have a push-pull, so you can split the humbucker from humbucker to single coil. So it's kind of like having a hot-rodded Strat. And of course, it has the Strat-style shaped body. And of course, a very unique pickguard design. Godin's pickups, of course, and all engraved Godin on them. And the pick guard as well. I think these saddles are aluminum. They look like aluminum anyways. The specs don't get right that far into the nitty-gritties. Access panel back here for your switch and your controls. And of course you've got your panel back here, so you've got very easy access for changing your strings, which is great. Now the main back color on this is, it's like a red. It's almost like a wine red, really. It's translucent to a certain point, so you can still see the wood grain to a certain point. And of course, you get more of the wood grain up here with the burst in here. And I like it. It's a nice looking axe. And I've played on it off and on at Long and McQuaid, I guess for the last couple months, just here and there. And played on it again the other day. And then today I went in, and because I was bringing back some stuff that I'd rented and whatnot. And I thought, I need another toy. Yeah. So anyways, I traded in actually my Stratocaster, and I traded in my Fender CC60 acoustic. Neither one of them are really getting any use or have even gotten any real use to them. So I figured, well, if I'm not really using them, why do I have them on the walls, right? And I'm also starting to get really super picky on what I want for guitars, because I want to have guitars that I'm actually going to make use of, you know. And they don't have to be played every single day, but I have to be able to make use of them. And I wanted a bit more variety and access and a lot better sounding guitar for something like, you know, a Stratty type guitar. And the pickups in this thing are flippin' amazing. I could not believe it even the first time I played it. So today I messed around with it for about 10 minutes straight on a Katana 100 watt 1x12, which is the same amp I have here at home, which I'm plugged into now via my GT1000 processor board. And I gotta tell you, this guitar just wails. Even the action on this thing from the factory, I don't know how well you're gonna see that in the camera, but it is barely off the top of the frets. I mean, it's really scary low, and not one buzz anywhere. I'm like, wow. And this thing's running 9 gauge on top of that. You know, it's an amazing guitar, and it's a Canadian American, okay? It says Godin Canada USA on the back here. On the headstock it says, assembled in the USA, parts handcrafted in Canada. So it's like, wow. You know, and I've heard a lot about Godin guitars. Godin guitars are inexpensive, so they're affordable. This one's about $650 new. And it's on sale right now for, I think it was $529 I paid for this one. But all their Session Series electrics like this are on sale because they're also discontinued. So according to what I was told at Long McQuaid, from what they know, is that sale price stays until they're gone. And that's it. Once they're gone out of all the stores, no more. So get yours while quantities last. Okay. Now I deal in North Bay, which is only about a 25-minute drive from me, and that's actually the only music store I really go to anymore at all. Other than I shop at a couple of Chinese websites online for guitar gear and other stuff I want. But otherwise, yeah, my main instruments, I always buy them from my local dealer. And you can't beat Long McQuaid for their service. Their staff are awesome and knowledgeable. You know, and all their staff are musicians too, so it really helps, right, for the knowledge base. So you're not dealing with just regular old salespeople that don't know anything. You're dealing with people that actually know stuff, right? And that's great. And of course you have the ability with Long McQuaid for their extended performance warranties, which you can get on brand new gear and even a lot of new used stuff too. And you can renew that warranty every single year, and it goes above and beyond even manufacturer stuff. So that's awesome. So I will definitely be renewing the warranty on this as well as I do on my others every year too. So, but I wanted to take a spin on this with you guys, see what you think of it. I'm going to run a few different effects and just give you a little idea of, you know, what this thing is like through this amp. And I'm recording all this on my Sony Handycam. It's got stereo mics in it, really good quality mics, so you're going to get my room acoustics. We're not going through mixing boards and all that other jazz. You know, we're just giving it to you straight out so you can get a really good idea. And the volume, of course, is going to be a little more louder than normal, so which is also kind of fun. Have to even touch the strings, and it's crystal clear notes. So that's humbucker. I'm just going to rotate through the switch. You'll get the idea of what's going on. Split that humbucker. Amazing, eh? Just there's the humbucker, pull the switch. find some distortion. Alright guys, I think it's fair to say that this guitar kicks some serious butt. I love it. I have no problem putting this thing in an easy 4. Yeah, let's do it. 4.5 out of 5. It ain't perfect, okay, but it is really sick. The pickups in this thing are just freaking phenomenal. I love the tones you can generate. I love the fact that they're high outputs. Even in the single coils, they got good high output in all the positions. The single coil splitting system here with the humbucker, it knocks the power back a bit, which is good. I mean, you expect that out of single, but it actually, it's very singlish coil. You know, it's a little bit lower output than the two actual single coils. And mixing the tones between the bridge in the middle, great stuff. Whether it's humbucker to single or single to single because of the split. The guitar is extremely well made, very well balanced too. I can't find any flaws in the finish anywhere. Like the craftsmanship is, to me, it's second to none. I mean, it is just really good. And you know, for a guitar that sells regular price for under $700 Canadian, it's just insane, you know, what you're getting. You know, I've owned more expensive Strats than this would cost me, and I've played on some pretty expensive Strats too. And you know, none of them compare to this. Like even for an HSS configuration in a Strat, this is probably the best one yet. I mean, as far as action off the fretboard, it's insanely low. You know, it really is, and it's well done. Like the fretwork is just amazing. Like even to run your fingers, there's not even an indication anywhere of any kind of a burr or an edge. It's just smooth, right? So I say, you know, hats off to Godin. They really know how to make guitars well. You know, so if you're looking for a guitar, like say you got your prized possession Strat or Tele, whatever it happens to be, but you know, Strat in this case because it's a Stratocaster type design, and you got an HSS, and you don't want to take that to a gig and have it stolen out of the car or damaged, whatever. I mean, even this for a gigging guitar and even for on tour use, this is definitely a guitar that can really do the job and then some. And the pickups just sound amazing in this thing. I was really super impressed, you know, to be honest with you, and that's, you know, why I bought it in the end. It's like it replaces my Strat completely, you know, and even I've done the HSS thing on a Strat, and you know, I probably could have used a much better quality dual rail pickup, and it might have given me a little bit better tone. But even with the singles in there in the mix, the singles are still not as good as this. You know, even the singles that I threw into my Strat, the Alnico 5s, or 4s, sorry, they still weren't quite as good as these pickups. But I mean, night and day. You can't compare apples to oranges in that sense. But even the pickups that came with the Strat originally, I believe they were Alnico 5s, and I really didn't care a lot for them. That's part of the reason why I switched them, right? And but yeah, it's definitely these single coils and the humbucker are just amazing for their tone that they can produce. The sound is just crazy, you know. And you know, a lot of that too is in setup and pickup heights and angles, and you know, it does help to have a good setup on your guitar. And this is just like mental, you know. Like, I'm serious. It's not even anywhere near. I mean, if I was to measure that in SAE terms, I'd probably say it might be 7/30 seconds. I think the number is I'm looking for. It's well less than an eighth of an inch, like way less than an eighth of an inch. I mean, it is just, it's so borderline, it's nuts, you know. And it's like every fret just, it's perfect, you know. It's crazy. Well, not perfect, but you know what I mean, right? The tuner's great. They hold tune. The whole guitar holds tune, even with string bending, you know, and doing a little bit of whammy work here and there. It does stay in tune. So very smart idea with the roller bearing string trees, you know, because that really makes a difference. Having your strings, you know, coming off in a straight line really helps a lot as well to keep your guitar in tune. And just even the placement of the string trees does make a difference, how well it'll stay in tune with a tremolo system, right? And I do like the fact that it was decked. I have nothing against floaters. I actually set my Strat up for floating, and I liked it because I can bend this way, I can wow, and it still stayed in tune. You know, it was so hard to knock it out of tune, right? It was, I did a really good job setting that one up. But, and I love the fact they put it on the tone knob for the splitter. That's kind of really cool. You know, and it's simplicity, right? 5-way switch, 1 volume, 1 tone. I mean, what more do you need, right? So, great guitar. Good location too for the jack, right? I like that. That's a good location. Yeah, overall, I'm extremely stoked, extremely pleased with this guitar. I'm sure it's going to get played a lot. You know, just because it can do pretty much everything, right? You know, if you wanted a kind of an all-in-one kind of guitar to a certain point, I think this kind of a setup with the HSS definitely works. You know, and I do still, I mean, I'm not going to ever stop playing my Les Paul or my SG. I mean, they're totally different sound, totally different guitars, different purposes too, but this thing can certainly do pretty much any genre of music to a certain point, okay? You know, but yeah, it's a great little axe, man. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and that's my little demo and my little review on this thing. I will likely do an update review on this thing probably in about a year to let you know what I, you know, have thought about it after, you know, playing with it live and whatnot, like, you know, on stage, and let you know how that went, and, you know, and of course the normal wear and tear over, you know, the course of the year, and let you know how the frets are doing, which I think the frets will probably last me like forever, because you literally barely have to touch these frets, and you get a crystal clear tone. Like, it's almost like not much more than the weight of like 3 feathers or 4 feathers. It's very sensitive touch. So, you know, if you want a guitar that can play and shred fast notes, you know, even fast chording very quickly and still get great sound, this thing can do it. And bar chords are like too simple. I mean, if you can't do a bar chord on this thing, I really don't know what to tell you, because I'm barely touching it and I can easily play bar chords. It's that nice. So yeah, it's a great guitar overall. So again, check out the link in the video description below. If you're in Canada, shop at Long McQuaid. If you're not, find one somewhere else online or through your local music stores that carry Godin products, whether you're in Canada, the US, you know, or wherever you happen to be, that you have Godin product access. I definitely give this thing a massive, I don't have enough thumbs, so we'll start with 2, right? But definitely massive thumbs up on this thing. Anyways, thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we will definitely catch you on the next one. So, see ya!